Mm.
And it is G-Force, and I've got a guest with me today. Hey, Mark, how you doing,
Hey,
buddy?
doing great, doing great.
Great. I'm just going to do my quick intro, and I'll have you share here in a moment. But today is G-Force Monday. I'm really excited about today for a number of reasons because this is the best day of my life. That's how I approach everything, no matter what's going on, no matter what the circumstances that are going around me. Gratitude negates negativity, changes your frame of reference. It actually helps you become healthier physically. There's science
Absolutely.
behind that. So, gratitude is a very powerful thing. But I know Mark's got to run. But hey, Mark,
Yes, sir.
you and I are putting on our program every Monday night, uh, Elevate Your Profits.
Yes, sir.
And tonight we have a guest, and I'm going to, if you want to jump in and share a little bit about who's coming in and our
Sure.
relationship with them, and tell everybody to mark their calendars and all that good stuff for this evening. It's all yours, buddy.
Well, gratitude works. I love that. We have a gentleman coming in here tonight that very successful at what he does. He used to be an accountant. I'm going to let Tom introduce the name, but I always like to think of him as Mr. Lance. But the reason I say that is he was an accountant, like I said, got out of the corporate arena, and then stepped out into something that was new and exciting that Tom introduced me to. And the guy knows quite a few things about conventional business, and then the other side of it, what's available out there as far as developing multiple streams of revenue. And that's what kind of intrigued me about this concept. And I'm going to let Tom, since he's pretty close to this gentleman, I'm holding back the name. Everybody's like, who is it? Who is it? But I'll let Tom throw it at you. So,
Yeah, I don't have any pictures of him or anything here, but Mike Lance, as Mark alluded to, had his own CPA firm. He's going back 23 years now. A financial planning firm, a benefit management firm, three sit-down pizza restaurants. His wife still has a interior design company. Raising kids, he was a coach. Mark, you'd love this. Being a baseball coach and a basketball coach.
right.
So he was a busy guy, but he had no life. Running all those businesses 80 hours a week and, taking care of his family. And he was introduced to a company that he's going to share tonight about a company called Team National. It's a network marketing company, but he's going to share with you the uniqueness of Team National and what it does. It's not a product driven; it's a service driven company helping people
Right.
save money. And I'm talking about not a dollar or two; I'm talking about thousands of dollars. So if you want to learn more about how to save money, make money, possibly, you need to turn on your notifications for 6 p.m. This evening and hear Mike Lance. 23 years, he was able to retire and come home. And all he does now is just share this great company, what it does in helping people. So,
Right.
Mark, we are, I always like to be a full disclaimer. You and I are business associates with him through the company. So
Right. Correct.
he's coming on to share about his success, how you can have similar success with it. And I'm a big time believer in multiple streams of income. And I know, Mark, that's the direction you want to go. So, uh,
Right.
just share a little bit about what you know at this point about Mike.
Uh, Well, I got to meet him and I got to hear his story, and he's really a down to earth guy. He's in the heartland of the country where he comes from. You wouldn't know that he's that successful. To me, he's very unassuming, very approachable, and just something that makes you want to gravitate to a person like that. And I always kiddingly say, about being a leader, being a friend, being a service. And I think Mike really encapsulates that just by his whole demeanor, his approach to this opportunity. Sometimes people make a few pennies, as I kiddingly say, and you get them behind or off camera and they're a different person. But what you see with Mike is what you get, and he's a giver. And that's what's attracted me to this platform, this opportunity you shared with me, people like that.
Mark, and I'm going to throw this out there today. I was thinking about some of the things we would talk about.
Right.
One thing that I'm going to bring up and talk about is how over the next 2 years you can create $1 million asset. $1 million asset. And it may not be $1 million in the bank, but an asset that's paying a rate of return is if you had $1 million in the bank. And that's what we're going to be talking about, is how do you create assets that generate income, multiple streams of income. And when you capsulate that vision and how it works, you can become financially free and independent by applying some of the principles that he's going to share today. So that's what we're going to be talking about, is we're going to show you how to build $1 million asset in 2 years.
Hey, Tom, tell him where he's from.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, there you go. A guy from Des Moines, Iowa. Can you believe that, America? I'm not making fun of that. I think that's cool.
Yeah. So, Mark, I know you got to get back and do this thing.
Right. Yes, sir.
But anyway.
Yeah. So I'll be back.
It's going to be fun.
6. Yeah. Just remember, it's 6 p.m. Eastern, everybody.
Yeah.
That's the time we operate on. We don't get into all this Central, Mountain, Pacific, whatever. We're just going to tell you 6 p.m. Eastern. Just be here and check it out. Mike, seriously, the last thing I'm going to say is what he's going to share with you and why he did this and his story is just awesome to hear. And the big thing is it's about hope. And hey, it's a positive thing, when you listen to Mike.
Yeah, and it's totally different than you might be jumping conclusions, but the company, what they do is totally different, unique than any other company out there. It's not a product driven. It's about helping people survive and make and save money in a very significant way. So, my friend, I'm excited to you and I collaborating together here on Elevate Your Profits. Thanks for jumping on and sharing today. So,
thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
Okay.
And with that thought in mind, I'm going to hold this up, and that's what I'm going back to right here, the phone. So I'll see everybody tonight at 6. Please join us. It's going to be a very educational, engaging, and process that you're going to partake of tonight. It'll be worth your while.
Right. And Mark, take this recording after I'm done and push it out to your friends as well. So
absolutely.
Okay, my friend.
All right.
We will see you this evening.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
You got it, buddy.
All right.
Mark Gassert, friend of mine, business colleague. We're excited to work together, sharing concepts to help you win in business. So Mike Lance will be on this evening at 6 p.m. and share his story, what he's doing, how he's created a multi-million-dollar asset that will live on forever. So lifetime income for him and his family and create a legacy. And it's going to be an exciting opportunity to learn how and bring new awareness how to build wealth for yourself and have time in your life. So today, I have to reach over here and get my book. Gratitude Works. We're going to get back into this book here today. I'm just going to take one simple premise here out of the book. And the deeper I dive, I've been in a personal development coach now for almost 5 years. It's my passion. It's what I love to do. I love helping people get unstuck. What got me into coaching and personal development was directly through financial coaching. I had 20 years of experience in running a general agency in California, insurance, securities, mortgages. Had a sales force of 40 people or independent agents. With that company, did that nearly 20 years. And I appreciate MSI and the leveraging of business. So that's what got me into the coaching, because I saw people struggling financially, and winning with money is a really simple formula. Why is it so many people are struggling today financially? And so when I became a financial coach through the Dave Ramsey, they talked about 20% of winning in anything, but with money, it's knowledge, and 80% behavior and belief systems. And as I was coaching my clients, I kept seeing the behavior, because winning with money, creating assets, there's only two ways to do it. Take your paycheck, manage it with a budget, spend less than you make, stay out of debt, and save some money. Over a long period of time, you can become financially free and independent. But unfortunately, in America today, 90% of the American people are going to retire broke. 90%. No reason for it. So that's what got me in there. I kept seeing the behavior. And that led me into the coaching industry. So I started coaching behavior before numbers. And what I found out, when you change the behavior, the way you think, the way you look at things around you start changing in a very significant way. And so that's allowed me to grow and help other people grow. And I have 6 different businesses that create MSIs. And people say, how do you do that, Tom? It's a mindset. But what I have are businesses that generate income consistently. So today, Gratitude Works. Robert A. Emmons. And there's nothing like a gratitude visit. We talked about journaling and how detailed, instead of being general about your gratitude, be specific, and the power of writing. See, we are emotional creatures. We operate on emotions. We make all our decisions on emotions, whether you be in sales, whether it be in business, whether it be in relationship. We make our decisions and operate from an emotional level. So if we can recognize what emotions are dictating our thinking, because they do, first thought dictates the direction you're going. And gratitude, from my experience, and as deeper I dive into it, can radically change that emotion to have you deal more effectively with whatever's going on. Gratitude works. One of the most effective ways to bring that feeling back up is write somebody that you're grateful for, somebody that's influential. Physically write it. Physically write it and deliver it to them. Now, if they're not here today, still physically write it, because that brings back those emotional feelings of gratitude of what that person meant to you in your life. And it becomes addicting. Because when we understand the feelings that gratitude gives us are the endorphins that you're seeking. Gratitude releases endorphins. And the science shows this by releasing those endorphins, it dramatically increases our happiness, and diminishes depression. Under the current times that we're under, there's a lot of people in a state of depression. And if they could just learn and find out how powerful gratitude is, can change those feelings in a very significant way. So there's nothing like a gratitude visit. Write it out. Send it to them. Even if they're no longer here today, write it out. It reaffirms that emotional feeling. And when we do that, our emotions cause us to move either in fear or seeking a higher pleasure. Your emotions yearn to be expressed. Now, we're talking about the positive. We yearn to have those feelings, so you can handle that. But we're also operating in a state of fear. And understand when we're in a state of fear or anger, what movement do we want to take? In a state of fear, we're either going to fight, strike back out, freeze, because we don't know what to do, or run. We're going to take action. So if it's operating on a negative force, why not learn how to take and change the emotion so that you can take action in a positive way? Gratitude will overcome fear. That at emotional, because you will seek and you'll move into action in that opposite direction. When we are in a state of gratitude, our pride's enhanced, our well-being about us. And I'm not even prideful or boastful or egotistical. Our pride, how the world wants to see us, that legacy I've talked about. And when we feel good about it, we have pride in ourselves, and gratitude does that. It's a positive action, and then we will continue doing those things that we seek in life because we're being fed feedback from our emotions that we're seeking, good feelings. It's science. And when you learn to do that over and over and over again, make it part of your practice. Now, gratitude doesn't eliminate some of the things that circumstances are in, but it helps us stay in a state where we can be more effective in that place. Also, a lot of people need help today, emotionally, financially. And what they found out, people that do the gratitude and write, it stimulates the acts of charity and philanthropy. We take ourselves out, we're able to give in many different ways. Giving is not just a check. Charity could be taking some extra time with somebody, going out of your way. But the science and research shows this: you become more giving. Also, what it does, it stimulates those to give back in ways you don't expect, or give elsewhere. By they're picking up your energy, your vibrations. They feel good, and they then go out and give it themselves. Most people are doing it unconsciously. So you have a direct impact. People say, well, gee, Tom, what's your goal in life? To help people improve their lives so they can help improve the lives of those around them. And I believe gratitude is one of the best ways to really study this and put it into work, and you will dramatically change a lot that's going on in your life. So, Gratitude Works. Get the book, study it, apply it, put it into action, see how you feel. Today is the best day of my life. It is the best day of my life. And when you get to that state, it makes the next moment that much more enjoyable. Eliminates depression. Think about this. How many people you know are depressed? Look how many people are in nursing homes that can't be with their families, or people have isolated themselves because they're in such a state of fear. They don't want to get out into the environment with what we call COVID. You have to respect them from that, but what do they need? They're in depression. How about a phone call? How about a letter? How about giving them something that they can feel good about, get out of depression through gratitude? So it's tag and share this. But Friday's guest, I'm moving into Friday, and the guest we're bringing on Friday is this gentleman right here, J.R. Arnasault. Great picture. He's a world-class photographer, and he's going to light it up. He's also going to share that what his journey, where he's at and where he's going. See, he falls in the same genre I am, and we've had some good conversations about, many times people go, oh, I'm too old to go after a new dream, a new venture. If you have that mentality, you're correct. So he's going to come in and talk about a story where he's pivoting and taking his energy, his wisdom, and restructuring a new life for himself. And so it's a pleasure to have JR coming on. Look at that picture, man. Look at that lighting. So if you're looking how to get lighting, be here Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and you're going to have an opportunity to learn about JR. So today is Gratitude Mondays. I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for the next moment. I'm grateful that Mark was able to jump on. And I'm grateful for Mike Lance coming in this evening on Elevate Your Profits. So tag and share your friends. You can go to Tom Ginn on Facebook. Turn on your notifications and join us at 6 p.m. tonight. And I'm going to pose that question to Mike, and he's going to share with you how to build in 2 years $1 million asset that generates an income that will never stop. Will generate an income that will never stop. That's a legacy. That's something I want to help people better understand with what he's been doing for the last 23 years. So with that all said, G-Force, I am going to sign out. I'm grateful for this moment. See you tonight on Elevate Your Profits.